Good morning. It's August 19th, and this is your daily brief in science. Here's everything you need to know. The Shivaluk volcano in Russia's Kamchatka Peninsula has erupted, sending ash clouds soaring up to 5 kilometers high. This eruption occurred shortly after a powerful 7.0 magnitude earthquake struck off the coast, raising concerns among residents and scientists alike. The earthquake was recorded at a depth of 6 kilometers beneath the seabed, with its epicenter located 108 kilometers southeast of Petropavlovsk-Kamchatsky. Residents in the area reported experiencing some of the strongest shaking felt in recent memory. Fortunately, there have been no immediate reports of injuries following these events. Despite the ash cloud triggering an aviation alert, commercial flights and airport infrastructure have not reported any impacts. A video released by the Institute of Volcanology and Seismology showed the ash cloud from Shivaluk extending over 490 kilometers, highlighting the scale of the eruption. Volcanologists from the Russian Academy of Sciences have issued warnings that further tremors could potentially lead to a second earthquake, possibly reaching a magnitude close to 9.0 within the next 24 hours. Additionally, the Abeko volcano on the Kuril Islands has also erupted, releasing ash up to 2.5 kilometers high, although it remains uncertain if this is related to the earthquake. Kamchatka has a history of significant seismic activity, including a magnitude 9.0 earthquake in 1952 that caused damage but no fatalities. As of now, despite the volcanic activity and earthquake, there have been no immediate reports of injuries or damage. A recent study has unveiled promising developments in the search for new antimicrobial agents. The research focused on synthesizing, characterizing, and evaluating the antimicrobial activity and cytotoxicity of various acylhydrazones derived from 2, 3, or 4-iodobenzoic acid. 2 synthesis methods were employed to produce nicotinamides from nicotinic acid and various monothiocarbohydrazones, resulting in several compounds with characterized chemical properties. The synthesis utilized both standard solution methods and mechanochemical techniques, showcasing effective solvent-free preparation of these compounds. The study aimed to chemically characterize the newly synthesized nicotinamides and assess their antimicrobial activity against WHO-prioritized resistant strains. The microbiological tests revealed varying antimicrobial effects among the synthesized compounds, with some demonstrating significant activity against gram-positive bacteria and yeasts. Notably, compounds 12 and 14 exhibited the broadest antimicrobial effects against gram-positive bacteria, while compound 20 showed activity against both gram-positive and gram-negative bacteria. The synthesized nicotinamides displayed varying degrees of antimicrobial activity, with results statistically analyzed for significance compared to control antibiotics. This study highlights the potential of acylhydrazones as promising antimicrobial agents, although further research is needed to optimize their efficacy and reduce toxicity. In light of the growing threat of antimicrobial resistance, which is responsible for an estimated 5 million deaths annually worldwide, research is also underway to explore alternative antimicrobial strategies. These include the use of plant extracts, metal ions, and nanoparticles to combat drug-resistant pathogens. The rise in resistance to all antimicrobials used in human medicine, particularly carbapenem-resistant bacteria and vancomycin-resistant enterococcus in Europe, underscores the urgency of this research. Cervical cancer remains a pressing health issue, ranking as the 4th most common cancer among women worldwide. This disease poses a significant burden, particularly in 25 countries, where it is primarily driven by high-risk human papillomavirus, or HRHPV. Despite ongoing global health initiatives, mortality rates from cervical cancer continue to exceed the elimination targets set by the World Health Organization. Recent research has focused on analyzing RNA-seq data to identify key genes associated with cervical cancer pathways. Traditional clustering methods have faced challenges due to the curse of dimensionality, leading researchers to adopt more sophisticated techniques. The McClust algorithm was utilized in this study, proving effective in clustering high-dimensional data and successfully identifying 9 optimal clusters. Among these clusters, one particularly notable group, Cluster 2, revealed critical genes related to epithelial to mesenchymal transition, or EMT, which require further investigation. The study also stratified tumor budding into high and low groups, pinpointing 24 EMT-related genes, with 5 showing significant connections to cervical cancer prognosis. Among these findings, collagen type 6 has been identified as a potential gene marker for prognosis, linked to EMT and extracellular matrix degradation. Additionally, methylation analysis indicated that control samples exhibited the highest levels of methylation for key genes, while squamous cervical carcinoma samples showed the lowest levels. This trend suggests that a decrease in methylation from normal cytology to SCC may indicate abnormal cytology and an elevated risk of cancer. Overall, the findings underscore the importance of further research into methylation patterns and gene expression as potential indicators for cervical cancer progression and diagnosis. Clostridium perfringens is emerging as a significant public health threat, with over 100 million cases of food poisoning reported globally each year. This bacterium is particularly prevalent in regions like the UK, US, Canada, and China, contributing to an estimated 13% of foodborne illnesses. In the United States alone, C. perfringens is responsible for approximately 1 million food poisoning cases annually, raising serious public health concerns. The impact of these infections extends beyond health, affecting susceptible animals with infection rates ranging from 8% to 60%, leading to economic losses that exceed $600 million. The overall economic burden of C. perfringens-related illnesses is staggering, costing the U.S. economy nearly $30 billion due to food poisoning cases. This bacterium is commonly transmitted through contaminated food sources, particularly raw meat and dairy products. C. perfringens produces over 20 types of enzymes and toxins that disrupt intestinal mucosal integrity and immune responses, complicating treatment and recovery. Additionally, there is growing concern regarding antibiotic resistance in this pathogen, largely attributed to the misuse of antibiotics and natural bacterial evolution. Recent reviews have shed light on the global epidemiology of C. perfringens, its molecular features, and the virulence factors that contribute to its pathogenicity. Clostridium bacteria are widespread in the environment, posing significant health risks through food contamination. As consumer interest in minimally processed foods increases, there has been a corresponding rise in foodborne illnesses caused by Clostridium. In response, preventive measures are being developed, including recombinant vaccines for livestock that target various toxic components of the bacterium. Recent research has shed light on the consequences of heat stress in dairy cows, revealing that high-temperature humidity index, or TH1 levels, can significantly impact their health and behavior. Specifically, cows exposed to TH1 levels between 73 and 78 experienced a 2% increase in body temperature compared to those in lower-risk categories. More alarmingly, in the highest THI classification, cows showed a drastic 70% reduction in rumination time, indicating severe behavioral changes due to heat stress. The study employed advanced precision livestock farming technologies to monitor various health indicators, including behavior, body temperature, and blood gas parameters. Among the methods used, infrared thermography, or IRT, emerged as a promising non-invasive technique for monitoring dairy cow health, providing reliable temperature measurements that enhance welfare management. Findings indicated a low correlation between the difference in rectal temperature and eye temperature with ambient temperature and TH1, while a moderate correlation was observed with relative humidity. Electrolyte imbalances were also noted, with sodium and potassium levels significantly decreasing in cows at high risk of heat stress, while chloride levels increased. Blood gas analysis revealed critical changes under severe heat stress, including a notable decrease in partial carbon dioxide pressure and an increase in partial oxygen pressure. These results highlight the necessity for continuous monitoring and proactive management strategies to mitigate the adverse effects of heat stress on dairy cow health and productivity. The study, conducted in a controlled environment from June to July 2024, involved 56 clinically evaluated Lithuanian Holstein cows, emphasizing the importance of stable climatic conditions for accurate results. Future research may focus on refining critical Th1 thresholds based on physiological responses to further enhance dairy cattle welfare and productivity. This has been your daily brief in science. To read more about these stories, follow the links in the episode bio. You can also subscribe to these updates via email at www.brief.news. For more daily podcasts about the topics you love, visit brief.news/podcasts. Tune in tomorrow. We'll be back with everything you need to know.